Houston at Tennessee. Oh boy. This is why you got to be quick. This is why you got to listen to the show on Sunday nights. Because when we went on the air Sunday night, this line, Tennessee, I think was about +2, +1.5, moved while we were on the show, largely based on the CJ Stroud concussion news. This one feels like a pass to me because are we betting on Davis Mills? Has it been too much of an adjustment? Uh, what do we know about CJ Stroud? All those kinds of things. If I wanted to bet anything, though, I would bet the Texans.
Wow. No, I'm happy to take this number. Tennessee, you know, I get it. It's a short week, all that, but you're still getting Vrabel at home under a field goal against a backup quarterback in Davis Mills and just a banged up Houston team. Again, no Tank Dell. Nico Collins is banged up. He might miss this game as well. And their number one tight end is out. And that, again, the whole engine of that team was CJ Stroud. Now you're bringing in the reason they got CJ Stroud, the guy that I mean, is there a bigger hero in Chicago than Davis Mills? Probably not. He's like the biggest hero ever. You know why? Because he won some shitty game last year at the end of the season. And I think that was their second win or whatever it was of the season. Like
Yeah.
this guy's just a bad quarterback. So um, I would still take this Tennessee number, despite me hating them in this spot after that emotional win. And Chad's right. Like this number's moved so much. Usually I don't like to bet teams that were dogs and they flip the favorites, but the movement here is very warranted. Like I don't even, it doesn't even matter if Will Levis is a bad game. Like this is the type of matchup where Davis Mills is gonna have a bad game as well and put them in spots. So totally fair if we don't bet this or pass on it, just because, like Chad said, we don't usually bet games that move this much. But man, talk about a bad spot for Houston. They're like, you know, this team that was everyone's darling, like Inca, they could have steal this division from Jacksonville, and now a week later they might have their quarterback. Their season might kind of be falling apart here, and it might be over. And this game now is pretty important. Like they kind of need to win this game, Houston, with a backup potentially. So, yeah, it's a weird number because they're not. It's not as if they're saying CJ is not going to play, right? Like if CJ was out, I feel like this would be above 3. This is
Yep.
kind of like the books hedging their bets here, hanging this at a 2. So yeah, if you're like me and you like Tennessee, I'd grab it now. If you're like Chad and you want to play the Houston side, there's no problem in waiting. Like this could keep going up. Even if CJ is back, maybe this goes down to a pick or -1. So no issue on this one waiting.
Yeah, my big feeling here is, and I don't know why I feel like this. A, it's the flip of the line, number one. Number two, Vrabel as a short home favorite. I don't feel as good as Vrabel as a dog.
It's been good to us this year, though. I think we're Evan. I could be wrong. Are we not 4-1 betting Vrabel at home this season? Like we kind of ride this trend where we kind of faded him on the road and we took him at home, and we finally got caught because of 2 blocked punts
That's
and
right.
how
That's
fluky that
right.
was. Yeah, so it's like I totally get where you're coming from. I think it's more we're just drilling our head where it's like we only take Vrabel as a dog, but I wouldn't mind it here as him as a short favorite.
Mills is 5-20-1 in his career.
Holy shit. So that's a good number. That's a good number if it's Davis Mills.